Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. And here's a look at the numbers for Irving.
The surge in his free throw percentage this month is noticeable. He's looked a lot more comfortable at the line. Part of his job now should be attacking the D, going head-on, drawing fouls, and trying to ride this hot streak.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe.
Great story, D.A. Thank you. Some tough defense in this arena tonight, Smitty. These teams are so good at getting stops.
Yeah, when you have teams that defend this well, you can't beat them off the dribble. The ball and body movement is going to be key tonight.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Caruch is out there with Jared Allen. And it's Jordan in at the center position. And for Chicago, Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. B out there with Levine, and it's Davis in at the 5. LeVert with it. Dishes it to Irving. Jordan the pass to Irving. And Davis sends it back. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Shot clock at 5. Here's Caruch. And he's got his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops. And so he makes both from the line.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Here's B. Allen with the rebound. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. Over Levine. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
The bus driver with the ball in his hand. Kyrie keeps the defenders off balance.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And there's no doubt that this team views Lauri Markkanen as a big part of their future. Many slept on Markkanen in the draft, but he could be a star.
As you said, Smitty, Markkanen has the potential to be an all-star someday.
He's not quite there yet, Kevin. Not by any means. Needs to take a jump forward and go from being a shooter to an all-around scorer.
And here are the Nets. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Irving from long range. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Man, it is tough holding down Kyrie. Smooth release on that shot.
No good from B.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Lobs it up for Jordan. That shot off.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Here's Irving after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Levine against LeVert. Trying to get open is Irving. And it's LeVert missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
It's tipped. They recover it. Here's LeVert. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Washington.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
Chicago trailing here. B. He's covered by Irving. The offensive rebound. Markkanen passes to Davis. No good on the shot. Nets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. LeVert with a wide open look. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. The Bulls shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. B, the pass to Markkanen. A dish now to Davis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Jarrett Allen, and he's a great scorer. But Anthony Davis's defensive impact, Smitty, perhaps even greater. Do you think he has a chance to ever win Defensive Player of the Year?
Without a question, Kevin. On a team with more weapons, he can focus on the defensive end more. We saw that with Kevin Garnett, who won his Defensive Player of the Year award his first season in Boston.
And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Chicago making a switch here. Young's checked in. Here's Claxton. 14 points from him the last game against Washington. Even when plays, Steve, aren't being run for them, certain guys always get a lot of their points on tip-ins and putbacks. They're always right there. Who catches your eye in that category?
Andre Drummond, for sure, Kevin. He's phenomenal on the offensive glass. Rudy Gobert, Al Horford, he gets those timely tip-ins.
He does, you're right.
And look at another guy is Whiteside. When he's engaged, he can. Marvin Bagley is a newer name, and he's fantastic at that as well.
That's doubting for Chicago. They won that game against Cleveland. Robertson the pass to Claxton. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Dinwiddie's shot is off. The Bulls have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. The shot's good from B.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. They trail by 1. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way.
2 for 1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to the...
Oh, what a play!
Watch it!
And a solid playmaker, White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
Nets trail by 3. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Claxton. Back to Irving. Knocks down the 3 ball. Irving's got 10.
I mean, Kyrie, too pure of a shooter to let him catch and shoot with that much space.
B covered by Irving. Here's B. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. 13 points in the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answer each other from range.
And we'll be back with you shortly. And this team has shown their toughness and determination. And Kyrie Irving talks about what he's...
What's going to separate us is how close we are. And
They certainly do.
This team has assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. No better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Kyrie Irving. Davis is out there with Andre Robertson. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, B in that last game against the Cavaliers lit up the floor. He scored 41 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of 3-pointers. It's rare to see any player put up numbers like that. It's likely a game he'll always remember. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, that's what it means to be unselfish, putting the team's interests first. As you say, he just wants to come away with the W.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Kicks it to Valentine. And there's the pass to B. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And it's Carter missing. Nets leading by 4. Pass to Irving. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Claxton the pass to Dinwiddie. 4 on the shot clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Seven seconds left in the first half of the game. From downtown, and the last second attempt doesn't fall.
Not a physically imposing defender, but...
And so it's the Chicago Bulls out in front by 17 points. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
I have to credit them for their patience offensively. They understood the matchup, and they took the necessary time to exploit it.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So the Bulls 5 right now. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Anthony Davis is out there with Lauri Markkanen. And it's B in at the point guard position. Irving.
What Markkanen does there defensively, he uses his size, stays focused, and stays connected.
Well, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
Knocked away. Here's B. Good on the triple. B's got 6 in the quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Here's Irving. Sinks that one from the post. Irving's got 16.
A man of many moves. Kyrie showing us a little of everything tonight.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. Passes it to LeVert. From deep. Irving misses.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's B. Kept alive. Here's Davis. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Young's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. And it's Denzel Valentine in for Levine. And the Nets making a change here as well. Robertson, he's checked in. Keeps it alive, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got his second bucket of the game to go.
What I like about that play, DeAndre Jordan not just looking to corral the miss, he's looking to finish the job.
And the shot goes down. 21 points for B. Well, we've seen it before. We're certainly seeing it right now, Smitty. The super team phenomena. Is there anything the league can or should do about that?
What I think they can do is being able to allow players to sign a longer-term deal. If a guy is, I would say, under contract for 6, 7, 8 years, then you won't see as much movement. But if you have these guys who are making so much money off the course from their endorsements, they're going to keep signing shorter deals so they'll have the leverage to be able to move.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Chicago. White comes in for Porter. Irving double team. Back to Dinwiddie. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over White. And it's Chicago with the rebound. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Carter, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Right there, Carter using his instincts and motor to track down the miss and convert into second chance points.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That's foul number 2 for him. Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Valentine. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Outside Irving, fires the 3. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
That one drops for him. Carter's got 4 this quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Pass to Irving. Looking to end the run, and the layup is good. Irving's got 9 points now in just the second half.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot, settling for nothing less.
Here's B. A new 14 for the Bulls. Six to shoot. And it's Chicago scoring again.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Irving. The putback. Here's Davis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Thaddeus Young.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Nets have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Chicago Bulls in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them ahead. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others. It's an art form, but it's...
Chicago making some changes. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Wendell Carter. Denzel Valentine comes in for Chandler Hutchison. And B's subbed in for Zach LaVine. And the shot goes in. Irving's got 4 this quarter.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Caris LeVert. Allen is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. Irving against Satoransky. Porter with a block.
Otto Porter with the reach to get that one. He gobbled it up.
And good that time. 32 points for B.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Irving passes to Dinwiddie. Allen outside. There's the pass to LeVert. Shoots. Good on the jump shot.
Terrible shot selection, but you've got to appreciate his confidence.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Here's B. Another 3 for Chicago.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Jordan kicks to Dinwiddie. A putback, and there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
He gets it in there. 37 points for B.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Here's Dinwiddie. A terrific shot on the turnaround.
Oh, the turnaround jumper. That was just beautiful.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. So for the Bulls, Davis is checked in for Marjanovic. Markkanen comes in for Denzel Valentine. And Levine subbed in for Satoransky. And the Nets making a change here as well. Caruth is checked in for Dinwiddie. It's Allen on the wing. Steve, the G League is now offering select contracts worth $125,000. They want to attract prospects straight out of high school. What do you think of that?
You know, I like it, Kevin, and I think I'd love to see that number go up and up, and I like the opportunity for some of those guys to be able to go straight out of high school. It's good for some, it's bad for others, but I think you have to give those guys that opportunity.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bulls.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Anthony Davis.
When it comes to protecting the rim, there are numerous ways to do that. The most exciting of those, just send shots back. And that's what he did tonight in volume.
B, the pass to Valentine. Here's B. Marjanovic kicks to Felicio. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. Well,
folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.